Well, Rich Brian made history as he became the first Indonesian hip hop artist who performed in Coachella last Saturday. So, Paul, how do you feel about this as a fellow hip hop enthusiast and also a DJ as well?
I think I echo the sentiments of every other Indonesian out there. I'm sure you've seen the comments on social media where I think proud is an understatement. I think that it was such a great representation. You saw there was an image of the Monument Nacional, or our national monument, which is literally, when we go out of our office or our studio, it's right across the street from us. That gives me a little bit of chills as well to see that on the stage at Coachella. I think we've seen people in the film industry break through internationally and go to Hollywood. Joe Taslim is a name that comes to mind. Or perhaps as a DJ, Angger Dimas performed at Tomorrowland years ago as well. And that kind of was a breakthrough. For me, having an Indonesian hip-hop artist finally break through at an event that is so big, such as Coachella, is just kind of hard to put it into words, but definitely a very proud moment for anyone, not just someone in the hip-hop industry.
Yeah, I think proud is the correct word for this.
Yeah, indeed. Right. So in regards to talent from Indonesia, it's not just Nicki or Rich Brian. There is just so much wealth of hip-hop talent. And one of them actually has been around for many years and still continues to thrive and build the hip-hop scene to this day. And we're now connected with legendary Indonesian hip-hop artist who has always fought the country for the country's hip-hop scene, none other than Igor, aka Saykoji himself. Good morning, Igor. Thanks for joining us today,
Morning,
brother.
Igor. There he is.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing
to
good.
have
We're
you
doing
on.
good. Good morning. So, yeah, Igor, let's jump to the first question. So, how did you feel when you saw a young hip hop artist from Indonesia taking the stage in Coachella for the first time ever?
Just like everybody else, I was proud, but at the same time, I'm overjoyed because you can see the potential of the hip hop scene in Indonesia. Like you have this very young talent, Brian, you got Nicki, you got Warren Q, and they're winning. You know, in a way, like I can say, I can honestly say that I'm happy to see them winning. But at the same time, if you see what we have in Indonesia, we have so many other talents that are very potential, and not just the talents as well, but also to grow the industry here. A lot of people still see American culture, American music, Western music. But at the same time, I always believe that we can build our own identity as Asians, as Indonesians, and find the right, the sweet spot between making hip hop music and at the same time still, expanding the music side of Indonesian music, combine it with hip hop music.
Now, I want to expand on that a little bit, Igor, because I only moved here about 20 years ago, and back then, the hip-hop scene was very much divided. I always felt that there was local hip-hop, where you had to be very rooted in the Indonesian culture and the language, because the language is very phonetic, it's very different. However, if you were, quote-unquote, into Western hip-hop, then you were just into that American hip-hop scene. And now you were one of the ones that were able to kind of integrate the two seamlessly. You're able to integrate the culture of Western hip hop into Indonesian language. You're very fluent in both languages as well. But you find that these days, 20 years on, most people are like that now in the hip hop scene. And how much have you seen that change, this change that I'm talking about? And how were you able to make that bridge or bridge that gap in this scene all this time?
Younger kids, when they start making music, they start to use Indonesian language, so they try to combine as well. They code switch between Indonesians and English. But what I want to see is that not just where you make lyrics that are a mix of Indonesian and English, but also try to find the original Indonesian sound identity, because we have lots of music here. We have so many very original sound that comes from Indonesia. You can mix between the two. There's no limit of what we can do. Um, like Indonesians are all very rich heritage. Either it's the way we dress, the way we talk, our language, the local dialects, and the local traditional music. Imagine what can we do if we can create our own industry system with our own style, you can grow here. Like I'm so happy for those that make it outside of Indonesia, but I always see like there are so many potential that we can develop right here in this country.
Yeah, we see a lot of doors have been open. We see one of the Holiday brothers in the NBA wearing batik, for example, as one part of his wear. Or we see our samples of our musical instruments being used for Western music sometimes. But if you, that has to open the doors for a lot of the artists to go international. But what does that do for our local scene here? Does it help to build our local scene more? Because our local scene is quite big. In fact, we can say that where hip hop used to be very underground, now it can be commercial without being cheesy or too pop like. So tell me about the local scene and how much it has grown over the past few years here, Igor.
It has grown beyond my dreams because if you travel to the other sides of Indonesia, you go to the east, you go wherever in Indonesia, any city, you will find local rappers that has their own style, their own delivery. You know the way they use their own local virtues, their knowledge of hip hop and what they feel like this can represent their actual life living in that area. If you go to eastern Indonesia, you will hear a different type of hip hop. It kind of mixed with some island vibes. It sounds a little bit reggae. Sometimes it gets a little bit melodic. But what I'm very proud of is that they are not ashamed to use their own dialects.
Right.
And I can see the trend. Like if you go to YouTube right now and you search for hip hop Indonesia Timur, you will find lots of talents with different type of music, um, very diverse. Not just from one island. You can go to Maluku, you can go to Papua, you can go to Nusa Tenggara, Sulawesi. So many excellent talents, so many catchy songs, so many skillful rappers. They're the ones that really love to make hip hop the old school way, like the '90s boom bap sound. But there's also the kind of rappers that likes to make um, trap music, or maybe the type of music that I told you, like the very popular Eastern Indonesian style, the island vibes. There's so many styles, and I'm very proud. I'm very happy to see the potential. You know what I have in mind all these years is just that I wish I have enough resources to help curate everything and like properly set up the industry. Like in the future, what I want to do is not just making my music, but also trying to help set the right platform to get all of these young talented Indonesians to shine here in Indonesia. We can build the industry.
Yeah, it seems like there's so much raw talent out there. And if you see how divided even America, it's not just hip hop in America. There's East Coast hip hop, there's West Coast, G Funk back in the day, or there's the Dirty South. Here in Indonesia, I think it's even more diverse because it's not just north, south, east, west. I mean, you're spread out in so many different islands, like you said, Igor. But you have been actually cultivating a lot of talent.
Yeah, thousands of them. Well, actually, Igor, I want to touch on that point, especially through your Kolaburabu content in TikTok. Can you talk more about it? And what is your aim with Kolaburabu?
Okay, so TikTok is this new platform that all the young kids are using. I had TikTok since 2 years ago. Took me 2 years to understand how to use it because I'm not a young guy. I can't be dancing on TikTok. So the way I see that, TikTok is a very good platform for collaboration. If I just focus on making content that focuses on me, it's hard to compete with younger kids. But when I start making content for other talented rappers to jump in and show their skills, that's when I discovered Kolaburabu. It means collab bareng kamu tiap Rabu. In this content, I every week I made a video with the music. I made the beats first, and then I challenge anybody who wants to join in Kolaburabu to rap words that I provided or some topic like this month. 4 weeks, we changed the name from Kolaburabu to Kolabuburit because all of the teams this month is all about the Ramadan month.
Right.
And I have because I'm not a Muslim, but I have my friend hosting the 4 week today. So it's better for him to give the points, the challenges, the words, so that people can join in. And it's been doing very well. A lot of brands are very interested to take part, because what people don't understand is that as a rapper, you can actually use rap to talk about your brands. And when all of these brands, took part in Kolaburabu and become a sponsor, like they can actually talk about their products. And so now I'm having scheduled all the way throughout the year to work with Kolaburabu, and I already have like brands lining up to take part
Yeah.
in the content. So
I,
it's been amazing.
Igor, when I first saw this, this is when you talk about brands collaborating, that is just the tip of the iceberg. I believe that's just a reward for your hard work and your creativity. But when I first saw this, remember, we were in the midst of the first year of our pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. When I first saw this, I thought, this is genius because we were all stuck in our own homes. You used the platform that happens to be the hot platform right now where all kids are involved. But what you did was you took an art, which when we grew up, us growing up, Igor, we knew hip hop as a battleground a lot of times. And you were one of the best at it
Yeah.
as a battle freestyler. And it was more of a head to head thing. But we were going through a pandemic where we wanted to bring people together. And hip hop is also all about collaborations and working together and bringing together your differences. So you were able to use a platform to bring people together, to create sort of a contest, but a contest where they were going to work together with you, with what you created, and bring out their creativity. Plus, you were able to use this platform to reach people from all over Indonesia and allow them to work on one single goal every week or one single topic. So I thought this idea was genius, and I can only imagine you have found or
Thank
come
you.
across many, many talents through Kolaburabu. So tell me about some of the talent that you have discovered so far along this journey.
Wow. I discovered talents from all over the country, from Sumatra to Papua to Ambon, um, and I discovered a talent right here in this city in Cibubur.
Oh,
Is one
wow.
of the top winner of the special Kolaburabu event, which the winner will be produced by me, features with me, and then will be released officially by TikTok.
Wow.
So, but you know, here's what makes me very proud of Kolaburabu.
Yeah.
It's not just those who can, those who live in the big city. It's everybody. I have so many winners from like small villages. Like I have to send them hats. I have to send them merchandises when they win. And when I bring them to the to the package deliveries companies, like some of these expedition companies says like we cannot send it to their place. We have to use the national post because we
Wow.
don't have an outpost right there.
Wow.
So all of the winners is not just from the big cities.
Right.
A lot of talented young kids from very small villages all over Indonesia gets exposed with Kolaburabu.
Yeah, it gives them an equal kind of playing ground for equal playing field for everybody to play on. So,
So yeah, you're
I
so
think
what?
one of the things that very important to grow something, you got to focus on how can you provide solution for others. When
right,
you think about others, opportunities will come.
definitely.
So right, Igor. So what is your opinion regarding the future of the hip hop scene in Indonesia? Looking at the numbers of population, the creativity, and what the scene can add locally to the already huge genre.
We already have a big market. We just need, the right players and the right people and the right kind of, thinking on the financial way. Because a lot of rappers, like, when you come up from the underground scene, some of us think like, I don't want to look like I'm rich. I don't want to look like I make money. I'm just real hip hop. But at the same time, if you want the scene to grow, you gotta think, how can we use, any resources that we can do so we can get more talented artists exposed throughout the country.
Right.
So I think in the future, like I really want to set up the right platform, the right ecosystem. We I think I can do this, but I cannot do it alone. Hopefully, in the coming future, I'll get a chance to talk with other people, people who are powerful enough to actually build this industry. here in Indonesia.
Definitely, and I always believe if you have good intentions, the path will be open for you. Now, speaking of Kolaburabu, for those of you at home who are not familiar with it, we actually have with us a couple of clips from Kolaburabu winners. So we want to know what you actually saw in them because I'm sure there was so many entries as well. So what made you decide that this would be the one that would be the winner for this week? So I believe we have our first clip lined up for you. I'm gonna give my opinion as well because I wanna find out as well and see what this is like. Let's have a look.
Back to Kolaburabu, kolabo bareng kamu tiap Rabu. Episode pertama nunjukin banyak banget yang jago nge-rap. Jadi kita harus bikin lebih susah. Let's Bismillah. Ya, hey, ini saat mumpung banyak yang dengarkan. Pakai rima dirimu diperkenalkan. My name is Zabran, rapper Papua berdarah Sulawesi Selatan. Oke, sejak kapan mulai main dengan rima? Ceritakan yang ngasih agar yang lihat terkesima. Sedari dulu ketika diriku duduk di bangku sekolah, dasar dan dikala itu kau sebagai idola. Karena rap pakai map and no IC. Jati diriku hidup saat genggam MIC. Dan sekarang banyak yang kenaliku karena RAP. Stop, bikin yang rapat, gunakan triplet pada 4 bat terakhir. Ikuti kakak pemau, sekarang sabar tahu. Triplet ini bagi diriku seperti makanan yang nau. Diriku berikan irama ketukan selembut pelukan sembari dengarkan liriku. Bagikan pukulan membuat lawanmu terlempar jauh. Masya Allah. Peace out.
Okay, first of all,
Yo,
that was fire.
do I need to explain?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go first because you're gonna tell us what your final take was about deciding on the winner. But for me, I think this particular entry had it a little bit of everything. First of all, his rhythm, his beat, everything was on point. His double time, and he was able to blend everything with you, but still maintain his own character, his style, and his way of rap. And I think the timing was on point. I think everything was on point. So tell me what made you decide him as the winner?
All right, first of all, this kid lives in Sorong, Papua,
Okay.
but he comes from Sulawesi Selatan. That says a lot that, you don't have to be in a big city in Jakarta just to be exposed and to be able, to sharpen your skills.
Right.
And at the same time, this kid, he actually uses the Indonesian language with the right type of cadence, his deliveries, filling, every gap between the beat. But a lot of people said, like back in the days, like when you hear Indonesian rap, a lot of people that raps in English says that, well, to rap in Indonesia is a bit, it's a bit cringy. It doesn't work with hip hop. No,
Right.
It depends on how you write it. And like this kid, Al Zabran, is an example that the future of Indonesian hip hop is here.
Okay.
And I'm talking Indonesian hip hop as in Indonesian that comes out with their own style, language, and style and character.
Yeah.
There's so many. That's just one of the many talents that are exposed through Kolaburabu.
Right.
All right. But now we got a second clip of the Kolaburabu winners as well. She is a female rapper who goes by the name PBPB. Let's check her out.
Kolabo bareng kamu tiap Rabu. Episode pertama nunjukin banyak banget yang jago nge-rap. Jadi kita harus bikin lebih susah. Let's go, ya. Hey, ini saat mumpung banyak yang dengarkan. Pakai rima dirimu diperkenalkan.
The name's BB, better put it one and only. Gonna do it, I own it, I know it, I'm cloning, I'm coming,
Oke, sejak kapan mulai main dengan rima? Ceritakan yang ngasih agar yang lihat terkesima.
Was it 2 years or maybe my early years? 내 목소리만 들려 다 알았네. Got my comments so far away, I'm feeling Obama. Gonna grab the stars, dig it like you got llama. Making her proud around me from my
Stop, bikin yang
mama.
rapat, gunakan triplet pada 4 bat terakhir.
Stop at the pace, stop at the bass. Stop again talking, I'm not even done. Thinking I click the gun. None of my baby can say to go wrong. Parage, especially because I parade. With the MC, cause I wanna be nominee. People be calling me, wanna be enemy, just an anomaly.
All right.
Whoa.
Well, okay. So first of all, I know that one became the winner because you guys couldn't see this off cam, but during her verse, Saykoji was making his stank face. So I know that one was definitely a fire verse. So first of all, for me, I loved her flow. I loved how seamlessly she was able to flip from English to Bahasa, and I just loved the way it just seemed so effortless for her to rap. But what made you decide that PBPB was the winner?
Again, back in the days, like those who came from the underground scene of Indonesian hip hop always say, like, you have to have this certain, reference, American gritty East Coast underground hip hop as a reference. But you cannot undermine the effect of K-pop hip hop. You can see this girl, like she's her reference is all K-pop. but you cannot deny her skills. She's not just bilingual; she was trilingual. She was using, Korean, Hangul, Indonesian, and English at the same time. Do you know why Rich Brian, um, you know, can be successful in America? Because this is us Indonesians. We absorb so many things from all over, the world, and then we can make it our own. And we are very adaptable. We don't have an established hip hop industry, but how come we have so many good talents here? Imagine if we have the actual hip hop industry established. So many potential here is just not exposed yet. And this is just this is just the tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. There's so many other talents that are still not exposed here in Indonesia.
Well, we're glad that you're definitely doing more than your part to expose some of these talents that are well deserved, Igor. And please do continue to do so and support the hip hop scene as you've done over the years. Well, we're running out of time here. Before we let you go, I'm going to request a little freestyle because no one does it better over the years. I know there's many talents around Indonesia, but this is one of the finest still to this day. I'm going to throw a topic at you. I don't know, C Morning Show. Take it away, Igor.
All right, let's go. I got some music I can play from my Bluetooth speaker. Let's go.
Perfect.
Let's see.
Awesome.
Hope you can hear the music.
Yeah,
You can hear the music, right?
can do.
Yeah. Let's go. 1, 2, yeah. Nikmati Saykoji, DC Morning Show. Dua bahasa bilingual. I can hold this flow. Yo, recognize the name. I rap and make it grow. We got hip hop Indonesia on display for show. Fenomena vokal frontal orasi oral. Rima campur anekdotal dengan teknik yang kolosal. Watch the wave coming. We can count the total from Southeast Asia, local going global. Pau dan Dirza berujar untuk pemirsa. Ditemani Rima Saykoji selalu siap untuk berkisah. Tak perlu gelisah walau saatnya untuk berpisah. I give my all sampai habis tak bersisa. Peace.
Boom, Saykoji, everybody, only on the C Morning Show. I'm sorry, I had to get up for that. Igor, thank you so much for your time, man. Do what you do. Continue to stay strong, brother. Stay safe. We'll talk to you again soon.